This time, guys, we are embarking on a very special journey with you. As we are entering Patagonia, a diverse region of an exceptional natural beauty, we are going to explore Argentine Lake District and the city of San Carlos de Bariloche, which is surrounded by thousand-year-old forests, mountains covered in snow, and crystal clear lakes. When I first arrived here, I was blown away. I wasn't sure what to expect, but the entire area was beautiful. From the lake and mountains in the background, to the alpine-style architecture and little chocolate shops on the street. This place will fill you with energy and peace. On my first morning in Bariloche, I experienced that dream come true moment. I felt so much gratitude for being able to come here and see this place for myself that I couldn't wait to get outside and explore the area. I started off with a tour of so-called small circuit or Circuito Chico. Here we are heading to Llao Hotel, which is one of South America's best known and most unique hotels, situated in the foothills of the Andes on a hill between Moreno and Nahuel Huapi lakes, offering postcard views in every direction. It is a member of the leading hotels of the world and has won many important prizes. Also, Llao is a starting point for 1,000 miles sports car event in Argentina. Millas Race takes place around different Patagonian towns, but focuses around the city of Bariloche. It is one of the most anticipated events for lovers of classic and sport cars. Cars that can participate need to be part of automotive history, be unique pieces, and allow viewers to see cars of almost every decade of the 20th century. Imagine, some of them that you get to see there may not be available even in historical museums.
Wow, what a view!
This was a moment when I got my first glimpse of what Patagonia is like. It is breathtakingly beautiful and largely untouched. This patch of the planet is one of the most exciting places in the world to explore. Divided by the mighty Andes, the world's longest and youngest mountain range, Patagonia is famous for its diverse and dramatic scenery, unlike anywhere else in the world. As a part of the Circuito Chico tour, we arrived to Cerro Campanario, and it is one of Bariloche's most celebrated and popular viewpoints. From the top, you are treated to 360-degree cinematic views over what seems like the entire Lake District. Even National Geographic named Cerro Campanario one of the top 10 views in the world. And believe me, no matter which direction you look in, this scenery is overwhelming in its magnitude. The top of this hill can be reached either by hiking or by taking a chairlift. The chairlift runs over a channel cut through the trees on the mountainside and takes 7 minutes start to finish. Cerro Campanario stands more than 1,000 meters above the town of Bariloche in the south of Argentina. On the summit, there is a coffee shop and different lookouts to view numerous landmarks, including many of the famous mountains and lakes, Hotel Llao and Bariloche itself. There, it really feels like you stand on top of the world. On the way back, you get to see the entire valley and can enjoy panoramic views of the lake Nahuel Huapi with the breathtaking snow-capped Andes in the background. These were some of the most spectacular views I came across on my travels through Patagonia, and the reason I think this is one of the very best things to do in Bariloche. In the afternoon, I went to Cerro Catedral, which is the largest ski resort in the southern hemisphere with over 600 hectares of skiable terrain with a huge infrastructure for practicing winter sports. It is open all year round and it's a paradise for ski enthusiasts in the winter and a heaven for hikers in the summer. I took a chairlift to the top of Cerro Catedral, and once you reach the top, you can enjoy the outstanding views of Nahuel Huapi and Gutierrez Lakes, the Andes, Mount Tronador, and all other nearby mountains. It was freezing cold on top, and the only thing that helped was a cup of hot chocolate from the restaurant located right there. Make sure to pack lots of layers if you go to Argentina. The weather changes drastically throughout the day and based on where you go. You remember I told you earlier about 1000 miles race event taking place in Argentina every year? So that's what I saw when I got back to town after the visit to Cerro Catedral. Basically, all the cars that took part in the race lined up next to the main square of Bariloche town, with the magnificent Nahuel Huapi Lake as backdrop. I ended my day with a dinner at a restaurant I can highly recommend you. I had a vegan arepa and it was so good. Today we are going to visit Cerro Tronador, and not only is it Bariloche's highest mountain, but also with its eternal snow-capped peaks, it is one of the icons of Patagonia. We are en route to Cerro Tronador, and this is one of the stops on the way there. It's beautiful, guys. I'm speechless, really. We began our journey on the shores of Mascardi Lake with an absolutely beautiful view along the route. Then we eventually reached Manso River, a river that flows from the top of Mount Tronador and changes colors along the way. And here we stopped at Los Rapidos Bridge to admire that crystal clear water. This area of breathtaking beauty just blew me away. I was captivated by all those shades of green and blue, and it literally felt surreal. This is Mascardi Lake. It is located within the Nahuel Huapi National Park, and it's surrounded by mountains which are snow-capped most of the year. The primary inflow into this lake is the Manso River, which we saw earlier. It emerges from a small lake fed by a black glacier, which we are going to see with you in a bit. It was really worth it to make a stop here. Take the time, breathe the air, and enjoy those beautiful views. And this is Mount Tronador, guys, in all its glory. It is located in the southern Andes and forms a natural border between Chile and Argentina. It is the highest mountain in Nahuel Huapi National Park and the only one that remains white throughout the year due to the glaciers it has on its summit. This is one of the glaciers called Ventisquero Negro or Black Glacier. It comes down from Mount Tronador and stands out because of its dark color. It consists of huge brownish-gray blocks formed by avalanches of ice and mud. On this picture, you can clearly see how rapidly global warming affects the glaciers. It used to be much bigger in size, but it's not the case anymore. Moments like this always get me thinking how drastically our planet can change in such a short period of time, and make me appreciate the fact that I'm still able to witness with my own eyes great things like this glacier, for example. Finally, we arrived at the base of Cerro Tronador, and there we got to fill up our water bottles with the purest water coming from the glacier, and that was the best ending of this trip. Hi guys, today I have an excursion to Puerto Blest, which is supposed to be a very nice place on the border with Chile. I've still got some free time, like 1 hour and a half before the pickup time, so I will probably go and explore the city for a bit, and of course I will take you with me. So I just left the hotel, guys, and I will take you to the city. This is basically the view that you get. Like, can it get any better than that? Can you see those snow peaks? It's amazing. So, for a dose of history and architecture, let me take you to the main square first, and it is called Centro Cívico. It is a national historical monument, and it includes the buildings of the municipality, the post office, the library, the police, and the Museum of Patagonia. This city emerged as a hub for European immigrants, particularly from Switzerland, Germany, and Slovenia, which influenced its distinctive architectural style, and that's the reason you get this cozy alpine village feel. It also serves as a cultural hub, hosting various festivals and events throughout the year, like the 7 Miles Race we saw with you earlier. Bariloche is all about lakes and mountains, and it boasts one of the most beautiful settings of Argentina. It is just amazing how you can see its breathtaking natural landscapes right from the civic center as it overlooks Lake Nahuel Huapi. I started my walk with a coffee in one of the cafes on the town's main shopping street called Mitre. Then I walked around the main square, and of course I couldn't resist from dipping my fingers into lake. Guys, I made it here to the lake Nahuel Huapi. The water is so clear, it's like crystal clear. And the views, I mean, they're just unbeatable. I just bought a bracelet. I actually bought two, but one we still have to adjust it. It's here. It's a volcanic stone, and this is a turquoise. So I really like it. It's gonna remind me of Bariloche with its blue colors, and it's just so beautiful. As we've already established, Bariloche is a gateway to some of the most awe-inspiring natural wonders in South America. And the navigation trip I'm about to take right now is a proof of it. The places we are going to visit located in Nahuel Huapi National Park, which is known for its impressive natural beauty and was created to preserve a portion of the Patagonian woods and steppe and to encourage tourism. We are going to cruise across Nahuel Huapi Lake for about an hour until we reach Blest Bay. By the way, all the lakes and large rivers in the area flow either into the Atlantic or the Pacific Ocean, fed by the great amount of rainfalls and melted snow from the mountains. Nahuel Huapi is a glacial lake and the largest inside the park. Its intense blue color, its islands, and the surrounding landscape make it one of the most attractive places in southern Argentina. To me, this was truly a magical moment. Birds feeding out of a hand and the majesty of this scenery. I mean, in that moment I was lacking words to describe how I felt. It seemed like a scene out of a movie or something. Alright, we arrived to Blest Bay and now we are going to see something incredible, guys. When you think of South American jungles, you most likely imagine tropical climate environments, right? But this narrow Patagonian strip, located between Argentina and Chile, has its own temperature jungle, the Valdivian Forest. It is also often called as the rainforest at the end of the world. The main difference between the tropical jungles and this rainforest is that Valdivian forest grows in cold climates with very harsh winters, making it a natural world heritage. It's characterized by the high rainfall volume, which makes it a humid environment with a high percentage of organisms that only develop in these conditions. Because it was isolated for millions of years, today it's becoming one of the closest ways to see how dinosaurs used to live. After climbing the steps, we are going to see the majestic Cántaros waterfall. And if you keep going deep into lush vegetation of the Valdivian jungle, you are going to reach Lake Cántaros, the birthplace of the waterfall. Here you can also see one of the oldest large trees in the region, with more than 1500 years old. We are back at the catamaran and have to continue our journey to Puerto Blest, which is an insanely beautiful place. It is located on the shores of Lake Nahuel Huapi, surrounded by exuberant vegetation and imposing mountains. Here you can enjoy incredible views from various boardwalks extending out into the lake. And this is a bird of prey I saw there called the crested caracara, also known as the Mexican eagle. It occurs from Tierra del Fuego in southernmost South America to the southern United States, Mexico, and Central America. From Puerto Blest, there is an option to tour the bay and the shores of Lago Frías and its peculiar emerald green waters, which originate at one of the glaciers on Cerro Tronador, the natural border between Argentina and Chile. I loved how its white summit stands out over the wooded landscape. This particular site is only available from a boat. After 20 minutes or so, we arrived at Puerto Frías, a port located next to the Chilean border. I took my time to really take in these magnificent views. After a short stop, we returned back to Port Blest and then navigated for another hour all the way to Bariloche. When I was doing my research on Argentina before coming here, I remember reading somewhere that Bariloche hosts the most interesting reunion of natural wonders in all of Patagonia, and I can absolutely agree. Having visited just a few places of interest in this area, I definitely can see myself coming back again to explore many more of these endless wild landscapes that this country has to offer. Alright, this is a day when we are going to explore the Lake District. Ruta de los Siete Lagos is a route with an extension of 110 kilometers that connects Bariloche with San Martín de los Andes, where along the way you get to see 7 absolutely gorgeous lakes. Trust me, this scenery will take your breath away. It is said to be one of Patagonia's most beautiful stretches of road, and it is possible to drive the route on a long day trip from Bariloche. It runs through 3 national parks and spans 2 provinces. It is a winding path through an epic landscape of sweeping, multi-hued forests, mirror-like lakes with crystal clear water, towering peaks, and the overwhelming Patagonian steppe. I know I keep saying this over and over again, but this one too is one of the absolute best things to do in Bariloche. By the way guys, this is an edible fungus. It is called pan de indio or Llao, just like the hotel in Bariloche. It grows in the branches of the trees as if it was a fruit. I tried it and it was tasteless. But yeah, looks cool. Do you agree? Our final stop was in a beautiful town called San Martín de los Andes, and the trip ended with a delicious lunch in a company of 2 fellow travelers I met. We had a great time getting to know each other and sharing our travel stories. I truly cherish moments like this. Good morning guys, and this is my last day in Bariloche, and to be exact, this is a day when I have to take a bus to Calafate. In like an hour or so, an hour and a half, I will go to the bus terminal, and this is like the most challenging part. The bus ride is going to be like 30 hours. Can you imagine that? 30 hours on a bus. I will most likely be filming this experience and I will share with you later on like how was it, but I just can't leave Bariloche without having hot chocolate from Rapa Nui. Okay, so let's head to town and see what's happening there. By the way, these are the bracelets I bought the other day next to the Bariloche sign by the lake, you remember? The lady named Lillian kindly adjusted them to fit my wrist and delivered them to my hotel. Before we head to town, I wanted to quickly show you where I stayed. The hotel is called Tres Reyes and it's perfectly located right next to the civic center facing the Nahuel Huapi lake. There are many travel agencies located near the property where you can book your excursions, which I did the day I arrived. I found the hotel quite cozy. It has a classic Patagonian style, was constructed in 1950s, but now it's completely renovated inside. Both the breakfast room and the lobby got a panoramic view of the lake, and let me tell you, I enjoyed it a lot. While having breakfast, I was mentally preparing myself for a 30 hours long bus ride. I tried to remember under what circumstances I actually signed up for this. Joking apart, this is a long ride and I was trying to prepare for it as much as I could. I bought some fruits and healthy snacks, and in this moment in my head, I was going through all the things I might need and making sure I have them. Alright, it is time for our last stroll around the city. I mentioned to you that I really craved a cup of hot chocolate from a cafe called Rapa Nui, just like the name of Easter Island in Chile. Also, I wanted to get some chocolate as a gift for my family. So yeah, let's head to the main street in town where all the souvenir shops are located. All we have to do is just walk down Mitre Street and they offer you to taste all kinds of chocolate. Bariloche is considered the chocolate capital of Argentina, and every year the National Chocolate Festival is held where the main street is filled with chocolatiers and you can smell that irresistible cocoa beans aroma in the air. Some of the most famous chocolaterias are Rapa Nui and Mamushka. They've got different varieties like alfajores, for instance, which are traditional to Argentina, and they are usually filled with dulce de leche, almonds, raspberries, pistachio, and coffee. Now when I say that, I remember the taste of it and I really got to go back to Argentina.
I bought so many alfajores. Now I'm headed to the hotel as I have to check out and go to the bus station. And this is my final Rapa Nui coffee.
Here we are on Ruta 40, riding the bus all the way to El Calafate. It is one of the longest roads in the world. It starts in the very north of Argentina at the Bolivian border and runs parallel to the Andes Mountains, passing right through Argentine Patagonia, all the way down to the southern tip of South America. Along the way, you will spot turquoise lakes, massive glaciers, and multicolored rock formations, volcanic lava fields, ancient forests, salt flats, as well as an astonishing wealth of bird life and wildlife, from condors and flamingo to guanacos, armadillos, foxes, and pumas. The horizon is so vast in places that all you can see is 180 degrees of sky. This route, hands down, is one of the most memorable experiences I had in South America. I have absolutely no regrets that I decided to do it. Like with everything in life, sometimes we have to sacrifice our comforts for something bigger, more valuable that we want to experience. The satisfaction of conquering one of the most beautiful stretches of road on the planet you get is unbeatable. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like always, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. On this note, I'm saying goodbye, and next time we will meet in the heart of Patagonia. Take care.